Your faith has to be in the hands of Doc Rivers to come up with an answer.
I know, and I really love Carlisle. I'm a big fan of Carlisle.
Again, this series has a clear coaching mismatch to it.
Always follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Now, let me ask you this, though. I get it. Indy blew out the Bucks in Game 2. They go back home now to get Game 3. Series tied at 1 apiece. This number was 4.5 a day ago when we were on the air. That, to me, was like, kind of high. Nope, but I can't. I'm not going to. Now they're touching 6?
This is outrageous to me. To be getting 6 points. Milwaukee had them down 27 at halftime in Game 1, which you could say nerves and lack of playoff experience, whatever. But, I mean, they were killing them in Game 1. So they still have a very good team and a lot of talent. You got Lopez, you got Lillard who can go off, and 35 in the first half, and Portis. And, Middleton's the big thing, though. I mean, if Middleton doesn't play, though, number one, I don't know what I'm going to get out of him from night in, night out. But if you don't have Middleton, that's big. And then if you follow the money, it looks like he might not play. But I still think it's way too many points. But I love that Indiana team that showed up in Game 2. Remember, this is the second-best offense in NBA history. They had a ton of success against Milwaukee head-to-head in the regular season. But if they're knocking down those threes and then how they play, and if you get a good Halliburton, the Halliburton that played at the start of the year and how dangerous they were offensively, then you got to be scared and worried because we know how bad Milwaukee was defensively and the big numbers, what I said earlier in the week, not getting enough attention. Second-best offense under Griffin, 18 under Doc. So, but this is... I'm also intrigued by the total because it was. I think from a total standpoint, Game 1 was the fluke. Indiana's just going to get up and go and have a crazy pace. They just couldn't make anything to start, and you saw it was more of Pacer basketball and how things turned out in the second half. But the whole key to this game in the series is Siakam. Now, I don't know if I said this on air or off air. Players in NBA history to start the playoffs, first 2 games with 35 and 10. Elgin Baylor, Wilt, and Siakam. 37 and 11, 36 and 13. 16 of 23 and 15 of 25 shooting.
Sure.
The versatility and no answer. Milwaukee has no idea what to do with this guy, which also they kind of slowed down with some of the numbers and the pace once they acquired him in the trade. But what this guy can do and what he brings to the table. He is just dominating Milwaukee.
His points prop tonight is 26.5 or 27.5. So far, as you said, 36 and 37 in the first 2 games. Not only, Paulie, if you've watched the games, have the Bucks had absolutely zero solution to slow him down. Your faith has to be in the hands of Doc Rivers to come up with an answer.
I know, and I really love Carlisle. I'm a big fan of Carlisle.
Again, this series has a clear coaching mismatch to it.
Yep, and he did a great job in Game 2.
So the total to me also says too low. However, if Middleton doesn't play, how much firepower do the Bucks have in this game?
Yeah.
And I get it. Pacers are going to, if they play like they did in Game 2, Pace will be on their side for sure. And I know with Doc, things changed a little bit defensively and the scores went way down. But with Middleton if he can't play in the game tonight, then I don't how many Bucks, maybe Bucks team total under.
Yeah, well, it also helps me out too. Then it's they're keying exclusively on Dame, and then I know what's going to happen offensively.
Right, his prop's 31.5, by the way.
And Indiana was atrocious defensively, but this is Halliburton called him out while doing so, took shots at the Milwaukee crowd. This place is going to be on fire tonight.
Oh, no doubt.
And I love the 2:30 start Pacific time.
Oh, let me remind you, by the way, on that note. If you go back in your head and recall what Indiana was like for their home court during the play-in tournament,
that's a good
remember
point.
That?
Yeah, it was on fire.
That place looked like a mid-major college atmosphere. The entire barn was on fire for those games, and so I think that's going to be a big. You're right. They don't like this team. The feeling is mutual here. It goes both ways.
Mm-hmm. They're number 2 in pace, and they were 21 in defense, but it's a big opportunity for them. Because you also have to win these games knowing that at some point Freak could come back. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to be like Boston, where you screw around and next thing you know, oh my God, can you believe it? Jimmy Butler says he's going to play Game 6 or Game 7, right? Or Rozier could come back. Here, considering that you're 5-2 against them head-to-head, but in one of the losses, Freak put up 64 on you, you got to go up 3-1 here, knowing that if this could go, because you never know with the timetable, all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, Freak's going to play in Game 6, or Freak's going to be back Game 7. Get it done. Win these home games, and knowing that you could make a deep run, because the Knicks are a great story, but they're certainly beatable, and who knows what's going to happen with Embiid. Certainly there's a path where you could see a Boston-Indiana conference final. That wouldn't be crazy.